Second bow and third bow. I invite Lomi Danny to start the section now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone in Mind Stories around the world, or maybe watching in the future, the rerun. It's good to see everyone. In a blink of an eye, it's already the end of the month. In a couple of days, next week, it's the end of October. We have for America, for the West, we have Halloween coming up. So I don't know, and also for in general, it's autumn, right? It's the fall season, which is a good season to reflect on the change, right? As we can learn a lot about from tree, right? The tree lets go of its leaves and lets go of the thing that is not beneficial for it anymore, right? It has to let go of its leaves. And as it lets go of those, dead leaves, it helps it grow, right? It becomes fertilizer for the tree. So it's a very good example for us as well, as we learn to let go of the things that are not beneficial for us anymore, or the things that are hurting us, or the things that are making us feel upset or negative. We have to learn to let go. Or even some things that are good for us, but we are, whether it's our family member or something that we love and we find it hard to let go, right? But if we let go of those things, we can also grow like the tree. We can grow from letting go. It'd be the fertilizer. It will be the catalyst that will help us to grow to be stronger and bigger like the tree. So you can look at the trees outside. It's a very beautiful process of letting go, right? Unfortunately, in Thailand, we don't really have the fall. We only have a hotter and hottest. And sometimes it rains in the rainy season. But usually it's hot. But before, I grew up in America, so fall is really one of those seasons that I enjoy a lot. The weather is nice. It's cool, not too cold, right? Today, we have a small but exciting announcement about an app for Mind Stories. I think some of us already have it, but just for any of us who don't know about it or would like to stay connected with us rather than just, on Monday and Thursday, and, have the opportunity to check in with yourself and review the different stories and the different ideas and different messages from the teaching monks, especially from Monk John and Monk Pasara, which is the main monks for this channel. So if you could, 1 second. We have this app. If you search on, sorry, 1 second. Yes. Okay, so there's a couple of things on it. Oh, sorry. There's a couple things, whether it's the stories or the teachings in the past, and also we'll slowly update more. There's the stories, there's the meditation, there's a podcast, there's the mantra. This feature is pretty nice because not only is there the chanting with the Dhammajak Sutra, also the other chantings for those of us who are Buddhist, right? But also there is just the mantra, the Samarahang, and you can put the timer on. Like, let's say you just want to listen to it for a minute, want to listen to it for the whole day, or you want to listen to it for however long you want. You can put according to how long you want it to play, and it will just play. Sometimes I enjoy that when I have like a busy day or I feel really distracted. It's nice to just listen to the mantra over and over as you meditate. It can help you to calm down. There's also guided meditations from all the teaching monks. It's also translation in Chinese for our Mind Stories family from Malaysia, Hong Kong, and all around the world. Yes. as we said, there is guided meditation, especially with Monk Pasara and Monk John. With myself, I'm not sure if I will be on it that much. And there's also an app to help you configure your hourly mindfulness reminder, like to help you stay connected with maintaining your mind throughout the day, because that's the hardest part about meditation, right? To be consistent. So this is actually one of the homeworks that Lumpur, one of our great masters, mentioned, that you should try to still your mind or center your mind at least 1 minute every hour throughout the day, just to give you like a moment to connect to your center, recharge your mind, pause your mind. This is really beneficial if we can practice it. And sometimes it's very easy to forget because we're working or we're going through our daily activities. So we can use technology as a positive rather than keeping us distracted. We can help us keep us connected with our mental health. So yeah, this can be a reminder. You can set it how frequently you want it to remind you, or okay, there's also Japanese. Oh, sorry, it was in Chinese, it's in Japanese. Sorry, let's translate it in Japanese. Hopefully there'll be a Chinese version, I think. Maybe one of our lovely members can help to translate. Maybe Esther. And this is the QR code if you want to scan, or you can just search on the Apple Store or Google Play Mind Stories and it should come up. We also have on YouTube too some of the reruns. So if you just search on YouTube the same thing, Mind Stories, or search Mind Stories Live, it will come up as well, the channel with the previous teachings and the guided meditations and all of that. I think there's over like 200 videos or more, so you can go rewatch season 1, season 2. It's been almost, a year and a half? It's almost a year, 2 years now for myself. And also there's many more videos from the past with Monk John, Monk Pasara, which are very, very good, very beneficial, and also very interesting to listen to. So please take an opportunity to go check on those, especially for anyone new, right? But it's also good for us, for anyone for myself, like in the past, I didn't have a phone for almost 7 years, but I just got one recently, and I find that it can be a double-edged sword, right? To keep us distracted or keep us have more work. Or people can contact you, people can follow you. In the past, it's like, you can't follow me, I'm meditating. But now it's like, okay, even in a meditation hall, someone can call me or message me. But as we have the benefit is like this. We can have the timers, we can have the reminders, we can have the guided meditation to listen to anytime, anywhere, which is really beneficial. So this app is thanks to Monk John and his team creating it. I think we can all pay gratitude to him for making this app, spending his hard work and effort to make it. He's actually a doctor's degree in computer science, so he's a programmer, very, very good with technology. So he put a lot of effort into making that app for all of us and helping to stay connected with your mental health. Especially this month as we pass, right, is the World Mental Health Day on the 10th, as well as Lungpu's birthday. So this is a good month of mental health. It's not just spooky season, right? It's not just Halloween for America and for the world. Speaking about Halloween, I don't know, there's a lot of themes in this month as well as what scary monsters and all of that. In Mexico, we have the Day of the Dead as well, right? Not sure if it's this month, but it really makes me reflect on what is a real monster, right? Where are the monsters really? A lot of times we with pop culture, with movies, or with, all the spooky haunted stories we have. Every culture has it, right? With ghost stories and haunted houses, haunted this, haunted that. And we get so scared of like monsters from as a kid or even as adults. We're kind of scared of the dark or scared of these monsters. We think that some of them we may think they're real, or we know they're not real, but when we listen to it, we still feel a little bit spooked out or scared. But what it reminds me of is that the most scary monster is the human mind that's not trained, that is not in check. That is the scary monster. We see all over the news and all over in the past history that some of the most horrible things that happened to this world and to other people, it didn't come from a monster, right? It came from us, or not from us, but it came from someone who mentally they weren't in control of their mental health, and they weren't in control of their own mind. And that's a scary thing. When you can't control your emotions, when you can't control your negative emotions, and those negative emotions take over our thoughts, take over our actions, our speech, that's more scary than any monster, because we can hurt not only ourselves, but hurt the people around us. That's the scary thing. That's the reality. And unfortunately, there's many cases of that, right? That we can see that, wow, like how you see these cases, or you see these stories or hear about them, and you think like, how can someone do that? How can someone do such a horrible and traumatic thing to not only themselves or to other people, or to some people have the influence to do it to millions of people, right? So that's a very scary but reality check, that when someone doesn't take the time to go to the source of how to deal with keep your mental health, strong and free from negative emotions, it can really do a lot of damage. You can see for yourself, right? Like our anxiety, our stress, or people can get depressed. We hurt ourselves constantly from our own mind. So actually, the real monsters aren't outside of us; they're inside of us. It's unfortunate, but it's true. We all have the ability to be a monster. We all have the ability to hurt not only ourselves, but other people. That's very scary, right? And unfortunately, we end up doing it often. You can ask yourself, how often do you feel sad? How often do you feel happy? You can measure for yourself. Hopefully now that you come to Mind Stories, you're finding yourself being more happy than sad, being more peaceful than stressed, right? So as you take the time to meditate, that's the only and true way to really look after your happiness, your true happiness from inside, to keep those monsters in check. And truly, if you meditate consistently and often, that we can banish those monsters from your mind. You can get them out and, close the door on them, clean out the closet. But for most people, it's a constant battle to keep it in check between your positivity. You have an angel and a demon within you. Or, I'm sure you've heard the story before with there's with two wolves. There's two wolves inside you. I think it's from the Native American quote. It's like, there's two wolves inside of you, and it matters which one you're going to feed, right? Are you going to feed the good wolf or the bad wolf? And which one is going to be stronger? And that's the one that's going to take over your personality and everything. It's the same thing in Buddhism, that we are born with the ability to be good and the ability to be bad. And it all starts from your mind. So luckily, Mind Stories will help you to keep you on track. That's why I mentioned last time, I think, with every time we meditate, we make space. We remove the negativity in your mind, and you make space for happiness to come in. But when your mind is filled with negativity, filled with darkness, it's very hard to add any brightness in there. There's no room for it. But luckily, if your mind is very dark, your mind is very filled with negativity, when you do make space, that space is going to be very bright, right? You ever heard the saying, in the darkest night is the brightest star, right? The same thing with your mind. If you take time to meditate just a little bit and make a little bit more space, clear out that clutter, clear out the negativity, that small amount of space that you created is going to shine very bright. It's going to shine and feel like true happiness within you growing. And then we just need to take some time to let it grow. And it'll get brighter and brighter. And the darkness in your mind or the negativity in your mind, those inner demons, they will run away automatically because they don't like that brightness. They don't like to stay when you have that positive energy within you. So let's take some time to meditate together and connect to our positivity and make sure that we are staying happy, staying peaceful from inside. And that will help us in every way in our life. So let's take the time right now to meditate before we continue. So like always, before we start our meditation, let's take the time to adjust our body. So like always, there's no need to rush. Take the time to make sure that we start correctly. Find that comfortable position that is relaxing. Don't worry about having the perfect posture right now. That's something that we can strive for in the future. But for now, let's start from the position that is relaxing for you. Because now it's time for us to relax our body and to calm our mind. We can do that easily and simply, starting from our body first. As we close our eyes softly, gently, naturally, in a way that is relaxing for you. Some people like to close their eyes completely. Some people leave them open just a bit, allowing the light to shine in. It depends on you. Close your eyes in a way that is natural and comforting. Because now it's time for us to rest as we start the new week. Making sure that we can continue this week with mental purity and positivity. By taking the time to relax our body and calm our mind. Relaxing and releasing every muscle first. Because our body and our mind are connected. The more we relax our body, the more easy it will be for our mind. So this step is something that we need to pay attention to. We don't need to rush in. Make sure your eyes are relaxed. Your eyebrows. Because we don't need to use them anymore. Meditation is about using our feeling to see and experience the positivity within you. We need to use the feeling of relaxation to guide us. So continue to relax and release every muscle from your head all the way down to your feet. The easiest way to do that is just to take a deep breath. Breathing in deeply, exhaling slowly. Every time we breathe in, try to put your focus softly and gently on your breath. As we inhale the clear, relaxing, refreshing oxygen, filling our lungs and spreading to every corner of our body. As we exhale, allowing all the tension, all the tightness to leave, to melt away, to fade, leaving us relaxed on the inside. Every time we breathe in, allowing the relaxation to enter us, soothing, refreshing, comforting, almost like a shower of relaxation. As the sensation of relaxation flows down from our head, our shoulders, relaxing and releasing down our back, flowing down our arms to our hands, soothing and relaxing down to our feet. As we allow this sensation of relaxation to flow, to cover us, the more we relax, the lighter our body will become, because the process of disconnecting, of letting go, has already begun. This is the power of simply relaxing. That's why we say relaxation and comfort is the heart of meditation. Or in Luang Pu, the great master's wise words, stop is the key to success. What he means by that is we need to stop and bring our mind to a standstill. The only way to do that is through relaxation of both body and mind. It's not something that we can force, but it's something that we can do gradually and gently, naturally, helping our mind to disconnect, to let go, to relax. The same way we have done with our body. Helping your mind to let go of all burdens, all worries, all thoughts. We need to learn to let go so that we can receive something better, the true happiness that will grow in our mind the moment we make space for it. Right now, we don't need to worry about tomorrow. Let's take the time to put our mind in the right place, and the rest of our life will fall into place automatically. By bringing your mind back to the present, whether it's to use the mantra, repeating in your mind softly and gently, Samma Araham, Samma Araham, Samma Araham. Samma meaning purity, Araham meaning freedom. These two simple words can have a profound effect as we repeat it at our own pace, helping your mind to stay present, being a shield, an anchor to keep your mind in the present, shielding you from all thoughts, all negativity, whether it's from inside of us or outside of us. Just keep repeating it at a pace that is relaxing and calming. Well, for some of us, we find it easy and simple to visualize. But again, we're not using our eyes to see. We're using our mind. So our mind takes some time to adjust. Similar to our eyes, but different. Our eyes will adjust to the light naturally and automatically. Our mind, when we visualize, will adjust by using relaxation and comfort. So when we visualize the sun, the moon, an ice cube, try to imagine it in a way that we can feel it. Imagine it in a way that is comforting and relaxing. You can imagine it anywhere inside of you, covering you, in front of you, however you like, whatever is easy for you, whatever picture comes first. When you imagine the sun, try to feel it. Feel its warmth, comforting, soothing. Feel the brightness on your skin or the warmth. If we imagine it inside of us, trying to feel the warmth growing, relaxing from within. Or maybe it's hot. We can imagine an ice cube. as if we swallowed that ice cube as it slides down into our stomach. It feels cool, it feels refreshing inside of us. As we focus on that feeling of coolness, softly and gently, this is the way to visualize, using our feeling, and eventually the image will get clear on its own. But whether we use the mantra or the visualization, in the end we need to stop and be still. So when we feel more calm, we feel more relaxed, we will feel for ourselves that we don't want to use the mantra anymore. We don't want to visualize anymore. We can simply just let go and do nothing. Enjoy that relaxation, that stillness. We have reached that point of stillness. And there's nothing else that we need to do. Only when that stillness begins to fade and we find ourselves wandering, distracted, or uncomfortable, that's when we need to do something again. We just go back to what helps us stay conscious and comfortable together. Go back to using the mantra again, or the visualization, or even both. Before you know it, you will come back to the stillness again. So the practice of meditation is the balance between doing nothing and doing something. We do nothing when we feel still. But when that stillness disappears, we need to go back to doing something. Going back to what helps us to stay conscious and comfortable again, where both are in balance. You don't want to be too conscious, use too much focus, because that will give us a headache. We will feel uncomfortable, tense. And we also don't want to be too comfortable, because we'll feel drowsy or sleepy. So it's about finding that balance. Finding that point where you feel comfortable, but it's refreshing, where you feel conscious, but it's relaxing. And then all we need to do is follow the comfort. It will take you to the happiness inside. Because every second that we feel comfortable about body and mind, we are making space, pushing away the negativity, removing the darkness in our mind, allowing the spark of contentment to grow within you, igniting the happiness as it begins to shine, a special brightness that we can see, that we can feel. Starting from the feeling of relaxation, as it continues to grow. Not only do we feel it, we will begin to see and experience our mind in a different way. But all we need to do is remember the words. Stop is the key to success. We have the key to open the happiness inside. We are already looking in the right place, because the door of true happiness, it opens from within. And it started to open the moment we began to relax our body and calm our mind. We have everything we need. Just continue to let go. Continue to stay relaxed. And the happiness that we're looking for, you don't need to look for it. It will come from within you automatically. So for now, let's take the time to enjoy the relaxation that we feel. Allow it to grow. Allow it to expand. And all we do is observe neutrally, contently, patiently. As long as our mind is in the present, our meditation will continue automatically and naturally. What if we find ourselves drifting to the future, expecting, wondering, comparing to the past? That's okay. Just use the mantra and the visualization to bring you back, to help you to let go again. The moment we let go, truly, is the moment our mind will become still. The moment our mind will stop, and the true happiness will start. So let's continue to meditate together in silence, allowing that relaxation to grow within us. Samma Araham. Samma Araham. Now that we have taken the time to look within, to relax our body and calm our mind, every moment of calm is a miracle as we collect those miracles within us, where our mind becomes still, even for a moment. Those moments are like bright stars shining within. The more we collect, the more bright and positive our mind becomes. Because our mind is free from all negativity. As we've created space for the happiness within you to grow, pushing out all the darkness, all the negativity, leaving us only with relaxation, leaving us with positivity that we can feel. We can feel that positivity growing, relaxing, comforting, soothing, cleansing, allowing it to shine out from within you as it covers our whole body, almost like an inner sun, but a sun that's not hot. It's comforting, it's refreshing, as that brightness from within you shines onto your face, forming into a smile of contentment, of peace. This is our true smile from within. A smile that has the power to change not only your world, but the world of others. Most people allow the world to change our smile, making it disappear. But when we find our smile from within, we can help to change the world, starting from our own world around us, our small world, but the world that matters the most to us, our loved ones, our family, spreading out to our friends and to the community. We may not realize it, but we have a big influence. Even though we're just one person, as we live our life, we encounter hundreds, if not thousands of people. And especially the people that are closest to you, around you. They will all be able to benefit now that our mind is positive. We were able to spread our positivity truly. So as we end our meditation, take a moment to wish for yourself, for your family, for for all your loved ones. Creating that feeling of positivity inside, the feeling of love, wishing for them all to be happy, to be healthy, no matter where they may be, to be free from any suffering of mental or physical, be able to find the happiness from within. And once we feel that love and positivity from our family, we can spread out to our friends, to everyone in the Zoom, spreading out to everyone in the world, even though we may not see them or know them, allowing the feeling to spread out. And once we finish, we can just come back to ourselves. Continue to be still, to relax, and enjoy the feeling. Absorb the relaxation, absorb the positivity from within you and around you for a moment. Sape Putta Palapata Pache Kanang Jayang Palang Arahanta Nate Sherakang Pantami Sapaso Sapaputta Nupavena Sapathamma Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Satha Soti Bhavantu Te. By the positivity generated within you by meditating, may that bless you in every way. And when you are ready, may you slowly and gently open your eyes. As we're waiting for everyone to come back, hopefully you had a good meditation. And before we continue, I'd like to pass the mic back to our lovely moderator today, Esther.
Hi. May everyone have a good section. May we take the time to invite everyone to turn on the camera, and we are now going to take the photo section together. And please turn on your microphone and share your big smile. Oh, camera, not microphone. And share the big smile with every one of us. Smile. Okay, thank you. May I pass the microphone back to Long P Daniel, please?
So like always, if you could please give me how you felt today in your meditation. How did you feel? Can you measure for yourself? Some of you have broken the scale. It's a good thing. John said 220,000. Very good. But really anywhere on the scale, even if it's a 1, is good, because we get to learn about ourselves every time we meditate, and at least we can know why we feel like a 1 today. Maybe it's too busy today, or we had some sleepiness, we had some obstacles. But when we know we have an obstacle, we can overcome it. But if we don't know what's wrong, we just let it keep going, right? Okay. So very good. If anyone would like to share your experience or have any questions about the meditation or anything that you would like to ask. Oh, from Margita. Thank you very much, Long P Daniel. It was very calm and relaxed. Feeling good to sit in the warming sun coming from within. Very good that you're able to feel it. It's something that we have to kind of practice a little bit when we visualize. In the beginning, I didn't find it easy to do it as well, because as adults, sometimes when we visualize, we use too much effort, or we use too much, thinking to do it. We have to kind of go back to our childlike self in the past, when we use our imagination, right? Because we're very good when we were kids. We can imagine everything, but when we're adults, we kind of overthink it, overanalyze. So we have to use our feeling. If you imagine the sun, imagine the moon, we're not using our eyes to see it, right? Like right now, if your eyes are open, if you think about your mother's face, your father's face, your daughter, your son, it's actually very easy to do, right? If you imagine something or think of something that you are familiar with, it's the same thing. We're using our mind. We're not using our eyes to visualize. Or you can imagine your front door to your house. Can you do it? It's the same way. And try to use your feeling too. If you pick an object like the sun or an ice cube or something that it's like cold or hot, it's kind of easier to imagine the feeling. And that will help you to stay conscious and calm, help you to stay conscious and comfortable, and you will get even stronger connection as it helps you to stay still, get to that point of stillness. So very good. Hopefully anyone else get that feeling? When you imagine the sun, can you feel warm inside? It depends where you are. Maybe if it's really hot out, maybe not the best option to think of the sun. But I remember when I went on the Tudong pilgrimage, and it's very hot outside in Thailand, right? And we walk to the different sacred sites. And as we do that, as we're walking in the sun in Thailand, it's very hot, right? So if I imagine the sun, it's not the best option, but I would imagine like something cool, like an ice cube inside of me, and try to imagine that feeling of coolness inside. And as you keep your mind focused inside, it actually helps you to forget about how you feel on the outside with the heat. And that's because your mind is changing the focus. So it can help you. From Cardi. Trying to calm myself before the start of the week. My first presentation coming up when which I am anxious about. This meditation is super helpful. Very good. Thank you for calming and looking after yourself. It's actually very good to always remind yourself, and I do this as well, is to, before you do anything, meditate. Make it a habit starting from today. Not only this week, but every day. Try to make it a habit. In a lot of cultures, before we eat, we say grace, right? We, in Christianity or other religions, we have this moment of prayer, moment of peace before we do things. And we can do that with meditation. It's like a form that can help you calm yourself, center yourself, and make your mind open to do anything. When you have to do a presentation, when you have to go to a meeting, now you have the ability to center yourself first, relax yourself first, and we should do that every time. Meditate before you go to the meeting. Meditate before you have a presentation, and you'll see it'll help you a lot. I was never like a public speaker in the past. I would never imagine myself having to speak to people, be in front of people and talk, and I would always get stage fright or anxious. So as you meditate more, it kind of helps. It does help until eventually you don't feel it anymore and you feel calm instead, relaxed instead, in every situation. From John. Okay. From Dahlia. It was beautiful. I saw a flashlight 2 times and feel that my 2 halves of the body is not similar, and some parts of my right side expanded. Finally, at the end, goosebumps. Very good, Dahlia. When you relax and calm your mind, you can see your mind in a different way, where you say it's like a flashlight, right? So again, it's something, as your body changes, there's many sensations we'll have. Sometimes you expand, sometimes you shrink, sometimes whatever it is, as long as you feel for yourself and you measure for yourself that it's relaxing and calming and positive, keep going with that feeling. Don't worry if it's only half of you expanding, maybe only half of you disappearing. There's many sensations that you can feel, but as long as it's a positive sensation for you, you're on the right path. And if you feel strange or you feel like uncomfortable, that's the only time that you should have a question mark. Hey, what am I doing? But in the sense of when it feels good, there's goosebumps or happy goosebumps, then okay. But if they're scared, like there's a ghost in the room, maybe you have to adjust. But in this case, very good. Keep going. Michelle, although I restarted a few times because of the distractions by my thoughts, I felt really good after this meditation. Very good. Restart as many times as you need. That's something that you have to make a habit as well in meditation. Sometimes we're afraid to restart, but it's not restarting. It's more of readjusting yourself to get back on track so you can continue to go in the right direction. A lot of people in meditation, we don't restart and we just keep going, even though we don't feel good, even though we feel distracted. And it seems like you're traveling, but you're traveling in a circle, or you're falling off the path and you're in the woods and you're going somewhere else. So the quicker you realize that, the sooner you'll improve in meditation and you'll go a long way, especially in whenever you feel off balance, and the sooner you adjust, it will make your mind more used to this is the right feeling and this is the wrong feeling, which in the beginning is kind of hard to, because you're using your feelings, so your mind doesn't really know what's right and wrong in the beginning. But as you go back to what's right often, you will start to feel for yourself, like, if you walk on a path, if you walk barefoot on the sand, right, you feel the sand. And then if you start to walk off onto the grass, you'll start to feel the grass. And as you can feel that feeling for yourself, it's going to make you be able to adjust quicker. So that's the benefit of restarting, to go back to what feels good, and you'll keep going in the right direction. So keep going. From Mark. Thank you, Monk Daniel. That was a really lovely session today. At one point, I was bathed in a lot of sunlight. Both real sunlight from outside, I'm looking at outside your window, and also from the sunlight from my heart. That definitely connected me to my inner smile. Thank you. So thank you. Exactly. Please connect with that inner sun within you often, and it will bathe yourself in true happiness and help you to stay positive in any situation. Even though our life, we always have darkness sometimes come in, but when you have the light from your own happiness inside, it will be that light that you need to, navigate the darkness that you have and know what to do next, which a lot of people, they don't realize that, and they, darkness comes in, the clouds cover the sun, and then we just don't know what to do next. But for all of us, we should know that, okay, when the clouds come, when the darkness comes, when the storm comes, we don't fight the clouds, we don't fight the storm, but we calm ourselves. We relax ourselves, and the storm will pass, the clouds will pass, and the sun will rise again, like in every day, right? So just remind yourself that whenever you have an obstacle. Thank you for sharing. From Vanessa, welcome back. I hope I am finally getting back to some kind of calm after 10 days of intense stress and traveling after the exam, which itself was a month of unhealthy stress. One day I realized that I spent the day studying in I'm not sure the word. It's surprisingly to see how long it takes to calm my mind down and come back to my true self. I feel it will take probably a good 4 to 5 meditations to stabilize inner to calm again. Quite disappointing to see how long it takes to restore and how fast it can get off track. And the costs it has on my life, health, and choices. I have the flu. I can't hear my inner voice so strong. It's like it costs me more time. Okay, I get it. Again, don't feel too frustrated that it's taking long to come back. At least you're making the steps now to come back to meditate, and it will come back quicker than you realize. Maybe in the beginning, the first couple of sessions, it can be a little bit difficult, but it will come back because you have, it's like you think of it like when we go into a jungle, you have to cut out the path and clear the path to get through the jungle. So we've done that before. So there's a path inside of you that you've cleared, but right now you're just taking some time to find that path again. So it may be a little bit difficult in the beginning, but the path is still there. The meditation that you've done in the past and the clearing that you made in the past is still there. You can still find it. Just be patient with yourself and don't be too hard on yourself. You had to go do other things. But it can be a good reminder in the future and, kind of like a warning for yourself that, yeah, it is very easy to lose your progress in the beginning, and it's very easy to get off track. So we always have to remind yourself to take the time to not get into that point again in the future. Motivate yourself in the future to, okay, maybe use the app more, or to remind yourself to meditate every day and not skip a day, because you know the effects now. When you skip it for 10 days, if you skip it for a month, some people skip it for years. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You can come back. Don't worry. It'll come back. I remember one time for me, I had to go to overseas, and obviously when you go from where I'm in seclusion all the time, and then I have to go travel and do all these different things, meet all these different people, and especially, traveling as a monk is a lot different than traveling as someone that's not a monk, because first of all, I'm wearing orange. So wherever I go, it's, even though I want to be by myself, it's hard to not draw attention. And, you always have to talk to people, answer people's questions, or just try to help people that you see, or there's so many things that happen. And also for myself, like, there's rules that I have to follow and that I have to, so it can be a very interesting situation. And sometimes it also had effects on my meditation for sure. And but I always have the teaching from my master that when you go and teach meditation, you have to have your own inner brightness. And when you give that brightness to others, make sure that your own brightness doesn't disappear. And when I first had that experience, my brightness disappeared, of course. I wasn't used to it. But I didn't feel like it was like something, how do you say it, like a harsh thing that I can't recover from. I know that my brightness is gone, then I just had to sit down and take the time to relight it, and it comes back. That's it. You can do it easily. You have the method. You have the technique. It's not, it's just like the sun. The sun is always shining. You have that ability inside of you. It's just that sometimes we have clouds, sometimes we have covering, we have darkness, and just take the time to find it again. It's still inside of you. Okay. From Pam, very nice session today. I had 45 minutes of yoga before the session. Oh, wow. Very good. Very sabai, relaxed and peaceful, and got to the brightness from time to time, as today is a public holiday in Thailand. So really enjoyed meditation since morning. Have more time to meditate. Thank you, Monk Daniel. Sadhu, very good. It's good that you had time to do yoga before the session. Ideally, if you could do that all the time, but I know it's not always possible. But even though, sometimes we can just stretch for a minute, 2 minutes before you start the meditation, and it can help. But sometimes we think that it doesn't help, so we don't do it. We don't want to waste time. We need to rush into the meditation as quickly as possible. But I would recommend you that even though I start leading the meditation, and if you don't feel comfortable in the beginning, adjust at your own pace. You don't need to follow what I'm saying, and you can just put me on as background, but do what you need to do, to help you feel relaxed. From Cardi, thank you, Monk Daniel. It makes me more calmer now, as I have to realize there's a tool that can help me to calm down. Thanks for sharing your experience about stage fright, which I have. Yeah, I think everyone has more than others, especially when it's a new situation. But it can definitely help. I remember, even as a monk, we can have stage fright, especially because we don't normally have to go encounter too many people all the time. But I remember one time I had to go to Indonesia to the Wesak ceremony in front of the Jediya, the Borobudur Jediya in Indonesia. And at the time I was only a monk for about 8 years. And normally when we go there, there's a senior monk that has to lead the meditation and start the ceremony. But in my case, my master, he told me to go there to lead meditation. And it was my first time, and the first time actually traveling for a while. So it was a big jump to go and, lead the meditation in front of, I think it was about 3,000 people. And yeah, I had stage fright. Luckily, it was at night. So, normally when I get embarrassed, I turn very red. And luckily at night, they couldn't see that I was, a little bit embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but nervous. Yeah. But I just, close my eyes. And the good thing when you lead meditation is you close your eyes and everyone's gone. And you can calm down and relax, and then it goes away. Before you know it, I wasn't ready anymore. So you can do it. Everyone get stage fright. From Esther, thank you, Lung Pi, for guiding the session. The level of brightness changed when my mind settled down more and more. I fell asleep a bit in the middle of the session as I need more rest these days. Brought my mind back when I was aware of it. When we came towards the end of the session, it became really bright. Really good, really good. I mean, don't worry if you fall asleep. Sometimes physically we are just at our limit, especially when we meditate. Sometimes we're just ready to shut down. But as long as you can come back quickly, then it's okay. And even though maybe you don't come back quickly, then that's fine. It just maybe today was physically or just need some more rest, so that's okay. But from your experience, yeah, it's the more you settle the mind, the brighter your mind will become. Exactly. The more still your mind becomes. And that's why Luang Pu said stop is the key to success. Because when we stop our mind, still our mind, that's the only way our mind will truly become peaceful and happy. And from that happiness, from that peacefulness, that brightness will come. And it will get brighter and brighter. The more calm you are, the more relaxed you are, the brighter your mind will become metaphorically, and also you will experience it. Aww. Okay. Can the breathing technique cause fear sensation? If you focus on your breath and you do it correctly, it should help you to relax. But if sometimes when we get to a point of stillness, it may feel like you stop breathing. Okay. And that can make you feel scared because you aren't used to that feeling. But you're not actually not breathing. It's just that your mind is more still, your mind's more calm to the point of where you forget to focus on your breathing, or you forget to focus, sometimes when you relax, you can hear your heartbeat, or some people focus on their heartbeat, and it can be very distracting, or sometimes it can be very loud. But as you change your focus and you relax more, you don't forget to breathe, but you forget to focus on it, and that can be scary. But in that case, then we can just readjust and come back. And then as you get to that feeling often, you're going to be familiar with it and not get scared anymore. But just to remind you that, yeah, you won't die from meditation. You won't stop breathing from meditation. It's okay. It's just your focus is changing a little bit. From Dan, I meditated longer for 57 minutes, but I have faced negativity in surroundings and felt stress. So my physical felt so tired, then I know I needed a longer session to feel neutral. Yeah, if you feel, but in the future, if you have a lot of negativity or distraction around you, really, if you allow it to overcome you, it's going to feel like this. You're going to feel physically tired. But if you have a lot of distraction coming from the outside, we need something to change your focus on the inside. So please use the mantra and the visualization to keep your focus inside. From Edwin, I have a cold these few days that make me sleepy, my sleeping habit into a mess. But every time I did a short period of meditation before sleeping, it could help me to get into sleeping more easily. It's okay. If you feel sick, it's very easy to fall asleep in your meditation, but at least you take time to practice it, and it will help you to sleep more deeply, help you to sleep more calmly. And as you do that, take a lot of rest your body and your mind, and you will recover quicker. But we don't have to pressure yourself to improve your meditation when you're sick. If you're sick, just take it easy and allow yourself to recover first the best you can. Dan, my family started an argument with me of bringing me back to the US, so my mind drifted from the center during the day. How may I restart it again? I tried to explain that I wanted to make merit a year more and focus on meditation. He doesn't get it, why meditation was so important to my life. Just sat and closed my eyes. Resolution, Monk Daniel. In this case, I would say that you know that you're doing good for yourself, and if you don't really need to convince them why it's so important. But next time when you meditate, I would recommend to, when your mind is still, when your mind is calm, make the resolution that you want to stay, and also make the resolution that for them to understand you, and that should help. Make the wish. From Dali Brew. Today I am a little bit physically weak due to my sickness, but I have today a lot of people a little bit sick. But I have determined to check myself that how long I can sit for meditation. As usual, I did it and I feel it done only for positive energy. Your presentation and amazing speech always helps me to come out from every situation. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time to get yourself out of the sickness and clear your mind, relax your mind, and connect to that positivity within you, which even if you're sick, you should always try to meditate, even though it's not going to be as deep or as easy as normally, but at least we can calm ourselves a little bit or just a small bit. It will go a long way. And as your mind is in balance, as your mind is more relaxed, that can help you to heal physically too. Because a lot of times it's mental battle as well. You can see it. There's a lot of examples of people battling with cancer, and you can ask them and see from their testimonies that a lot of time it's also very mental. And when you focus on the negativity and you focus on the pain, it's only going to get worse. But when we use meditation to shift our focus, it can help you to heal mentally, and that will help you to put you in the path to heal physically as well. Maybe I'll share my story in the future about when I had to get surgery. For now, we're out of time. So thank you everyone for coming. And for those of you who haven't tried the Mind Stories app, please take some time to download it and see if it helps you. And I'll hope to see you on next Monday and next Thursday as well. So thank you everyone, and please continue to look after yourself, look after your mind for the rest of the month. We're almost finished. And please stay healthy of both body and mind, and see you next Monday. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, for the wonderful section today. And thank you all of you for joining with us today. And may we put our palms together and pay our respect to our teaching monk by bowing 3 times. First bow, second bow, and third bow.
So by the positivity that you've generated within yourself, every time we meditate, it's like we're blessing ourselves, because we fill ourselves with positive energy. And may that positive energy help to bless our life, bringing fortune, bringing success and happiness, keeping us healthy of both body and mind, having the strength to overcome all obstacles easily and smoothly. And most importantly, every time we meditate, may this positive energy come back to us quickly and endlessly, helping us to stay connected to the true happiness within, be able to improve our meditation more deeply, more easily, very soon.
So, thank you so much, Monk Daniel, for the blessings, and looking forward to see everyone again Tuesday and with our teaching monk again. And may everyone have a wonderful night and stay put, stay healthy, stay happy, and if possible, meditate again before sleep. Bye bye. See you.